Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, everybody. How are we all?
Good evening, AJ.
Evening, AJ.
Good evening.
Good evening, Sir Andrew.
So now, this is getting official.
Well, here we are, Road Atlanta. In 1969, David Sloyer, Earl Walker, and Arthur Montgomery purchased 750 acres plot of farmland in Brazeltown, Georgia, with the intent to build a world-class road racing facility when a Can-Am race had to be cancelled due to flood damage. The series organisers chose Road Atlanta to replace it. The track then began to take form quickly, taking only 6 months to excavate, grade, and pave the road course. We have it's 12 turns, and the lap record is 1 minute and 7 seconds, .056 by Christian Klein in a Peugeot 908 in 2008.
Oh, that's going.
Kind of looks like a chicken drumstick.
It does a bit.
So the magic was question, Zippy, any deaths?
Well, it's pretty disappointing because there's only been 2 confirmed deaths at Road Atlanta. One was a motorcycle race, and one was a race car driver in a vintage race event. So, pretty piss poor effort, I would say, for this track.
There was a death this season. I died at this track a couple of times during practice.
Well, I think a lot did by the amount of crashes that I saw in practice sessions. But yeah, so it's a track that's been in iRacing since I can remember, back in the old skippies and all that sort of stuff. So I'd have to say it was at least around 2012, 2013 vintage at least.
G'day, Hoff. I didn't see you slip in the back door there, mate.
Yeah, I used Vaseline to get in, mate.
Good stuff.
You'll learn, Hoff. All you need is a bit of sheep.
Yeah, apparently.
Great.
Well,
Great.
welcome anyway.
Oh, cheers. Great track, great flowing track. For me, I went down on the throttle map to 4, cut down the wheel spin, brought the brake bias right back to help with the turn in, and yeah, car felt great.
Don't lie, tell us the truth, Hoff.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Sorry, I got nothing else.
Well, Mark, what do you think of the track?
I love the track. It's a great track. I've had some good results here, but you've got to have a setup that you can drive for this track.
Yeah, look, yeah. Last time I raced here was in the Gen 2. There was lots of incidences happening right from the start. Look, it's a lovely track. It is a lovely track to drive, and but yeah, I felt a bit flat with it, but probably that's got a lot to do with my result, I suppose. But so yeah.
Yeah, the Gen 2.
Don't know what's
This
wrong
was
with
a
you
great
all.
track.
Yeah, no, I still enjoyed it in this case. Yeah.
But I reckon, as Hoffy just said, I reckon it was one of the tracks where you really could experiment with the throttle map. I mean, I practiced on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 7, and I found 3 more comfortable. Yeah, so I think for utilising the throttle map, it was a ripper of a choice of a track.
In the last minute change, 37 laps, 1 compulsory pit stop, made it a little bit different.
Or did that, I think, caught a few people out with the 1 compulsory pit stop. Not a lot of people read the sub rigs. It caught a few people out.
Yeah, I think even in split 1, there was a couple got caught out. Yeah, what do you say? I must admit, I glanced over the SAP rigs and realised there was only 1 compulsory pit stop. What I hadn't actually realised the race had been shortened. I thought we were still doing the full length until I was in the practice session. So I think we're all guilty of not reading it properly.
And we've got a couple out in the chat there, but there's a special one out there I'd like to mention. Peter Kelleher, congratulations on winning Split 4 race Thursday night. I think from what everyone's gathering, that was your first win. So well done.
Yeah, well
Yeah.
done,
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah, same here, Peter. Well done, mate.
Yeah, certainly deserved. You know, it's been well overdue for Pete. You know, when Pete's allowed to stretch his legs, he just goes.
And also for a team perspective, Brad Grant, well done, coming second after a points penalties to Chow. And so, yeah, Brad, well done for putting your car for your first podium and for Team AJR in Split 4.
Yeah, I was pleased to see that too. Said for a while now that I think once Brad finds his feet, he'll probably end up in Split 3 in a season or two, and I stand by that. So it's good to see him up on the podium. First of many, I reckon.
And to, while I'm dishing out things like that, we've been told that Dean Logsdale's in hospital. He's got some stomach blockage that he's in there. He might be watching. He's just sent me a little video of his room in the hospital. And so Dean, we all wish you the best and hope it's only a short break and you're back to being your annoying best as normal.
Yeah, get better after the next race.
Well, next one. Yeah. It's going to be
All
fun.
right. Grid up. Let's
Right,
see who put it on
see,
pole.
see if we can find a grid.
Well, coming into this race, we have Peter Vermey on top. Michael.
What?
No,
This is
Well,
in the
did-
points you mean?
yeah, the
Danny?
points. Yes. Coming into this race, Luke, if you can listen.
Yes.
I know that you probably have to lift your seat up to get into a bit higher. Peter Vermey on top, Michael Schrader in second, James Boardman in third, Russell Urwin in fourth, Glenn Collison in fifth, Dom Grundy in sixth, Joel Oosterwal in seventh, Peter Latham in eighth, Andrew Galley in ninth, and Aidan Rice make up the top 10 after the first race.
Cheers for that.
Pause.
Oh shit.
Hit the brakes, Andrew.
Spoiler alert.
Slow mo racing.
We need the grid up again, Andrew.
No, we might have buggered that up. Don't think we're going to get a grid tonight.
Oh well, Roy Clark put it on pole. Well done, Roy.
Well done, Roy, with the burger on the roof.
It's all right. Let's get it going. Full speed. Let's go.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Don't decide buttons half an hour before the broadcast.
Coming up to the first chicane, where all the incidents happen. Let's see how they go.
Yeah, nice start by Roy. Matt Mellon in P2 at the moment. Dom Grundy, the new driver, in P3.
Speak to the devil.
Well, I thought I had a bit more time. I thought we've got the grid to go through. I've got a little bit of time. I just finished watching Cannonball Run.
Okay, so what you made yourself a drink, have you?
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Soy latte with almond milk?
No, I don't. No, that's for my daughter.
Well, she would have had to sip it somewhere along the line.
Looks like it's been clean so far. Everyone's
Clean. So down the back end, it wasn't as clean as it should have been. But yeah, the two teammates actually took each other off the track.
looks like a bad start for Wayne, Joel, and Aidan Rice. Rose dropping.
Mixed up with that as well. Somehow there's some suspects.
Michael Schroeder up 5 right from the start. That's a great start from him up to into 7th.
He only turned up right at the end of practice too. He only just made it.
Sometimes that's the best way to approach it, I reckon. And how'd you go on officials on Monday night, Roy?
It was okay. Yeah, Monday night was good because I'd done enough laps of this track. I think it's the most laps I've done at any of the tracks this season. So, of course, I need to thank Pecky because I wouldn't have got that blinding pole time without his coaching and guidance.
Oh,
Ooh, car up.
Michael Hayes leaves the track.
So, Pecky, I like your trying to hobby. I like some of those cars. This season.
Oh, yeah, thank you. That's Mikey Harlan done the paints for us, so they come up good. Thank you.
Looks like nearly a full grid tonight.
Yeah,
Early movers, Brett Horsell up 2. We've got Reg James up 3. I like Greg Schlosselman's, what his last name is, Schlosselman, the John Van Ray's second favourite German. I like his Great Northern colours.
but he's not in this race.
Well, I'm just saying I like the colours. I like it.
Something a little different.
Well, it's my beer.
Yeah, okay. I see somebody put the kiss of death on Michael Schroeder. He's gone. He's like 43rd or something else.
Yeah, he was dropping pretty quick.
Oh, no.
That's what I was saying.
Might see a little bit of that tonight.
It's so easy out of out of that corner, especially when people put sand all over it as well. That doesn't
Yeah, true that.
Let's see that Rob's running the window banner too.
Oh,
Oh, that's a
Engine.
save.
yep.
Ah,
Ready to
plain
kill it?
engine. Plain engine.
That's early.
How Matty Milne got down the back?
Yeah, I couldn't. He was in my mirror, and then all of a sudden I went, "Oh, he's not there anymore."
There was a few money shifts in split 1 on Thursday night as well.
It's so easy coming into that corner there, like, to break that little bit late, or to push on the engine to get it to do its little bit.
Is this going to bring out a safety car? You'd think so, wouldn't you? He's on right next to the track.
Yep. Yeah, but look at last week.
Yeah,
They held off bringing out safety cars.
and they didn't last night in split 4.
Can I hold them off because of length of race? We only had maximum an hour, I think. Russell's still playing games, really?
Yeah, if everyone pitted now, that's a long stint on tyres.
And he couldn't make it home anyway. No, lap 9 was the get home.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. I worked out with fuel saving was about lap 7.
Yeah, but there's a difference on who can save fuel and who can't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you drive around and your fuel gauge goes up, so there's the difference there.
Well,
Yeah.
throttle maps help that now.
But
Yeah.
Silly me. I asked Damon, and he said, "Oh, lap 15 is." So I went in lap 15. I'm watching all these guys go in earlier, and I'm going, they're not going to make it. They probably haven't read the regs. And it was me.
Lap 15 was when it was going to run out.
Yeah, I know.
And there we go, safety car.
Alright, safety car. So who's going to decide to do 2 stoppers and who's not?
I think a lot of the guys were involved in those crashes at the beginning. Would be an ideal thing for them to do.
I've also heard on the side that John Van Ray has now booked private lessons with with Jordan Ross to try and gain some ground on Dave Bulldog.
He's already in here upset that people are cheering for me over him, and he's not even in this race. But obviously next season, Dave knows he'll be in Split 3.
Well, you might be in
Well-
Split 2.
I doubt it.
Blake Wallboys keeps driving for him. He will be.
I know. we know that's how it happened. There's no way he finished 6th on his own.
I don't open those can of worms from years ago that used to get other drivers to drive for them. But I think that's on this year's races. That's 2-0 to Dave, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, if he doesn't get on the podium, he doesn't have to submit to elementary.
True.
In all fairness, John did get killed.
Well, I think he killed himself, didn't he?
I was actually thinking that was going to be one of Zippy's deaths at the track.
Yeah, it certainly looked like it, didn't it?
There was about 5 or 6 cars involved in that.
It was a lot.
Yeah, they just seem to keep piling in.
I've got a few big movers so far. Paul Preston, Ed Cullen, Will Munro, Jason Dunn, Michael Power, Mark Peck, Todd Martin, Dave Galley, Joseph Granshaw.
Paul Preston, when he gets his act together and gets used to these cars, we are in big trouble in this split.
Yep, I agree.
Because the moment he gets his mojo back, I think he will be the absolute front runner of this split.
There's a few new drivers in the top 10 there. Don Grumsey, David Dundell, Steve Ella, Bill
Yeah, Dave-
Manuel.
I was going to say, Dave was super quick in practice.
So, Hoffy, can you tell me who's coming 9th?
Oh, ninth. Geez, I don't know. Someone is.
Has got his glasses on.
Yeah, that's right. I know it's good. It's not full screen for some reason.
Can you tell us who it is, Roy?
It's Phil, isn't it? Phil Manuel.
That's it. That's correct.
Yes.
there you
That's
go.
all Zippy was waiting for.
Welcome, Phil. Like I said, I'm hanging to watch the opposition race, the ASR, to see how they go. That's some big movers down there. But yeah, I haven't seen enough of Paul Preston yet, Roy. But obviously you have. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, he's ex-PRA. He has won Split 1 in Vets a while ago. He is a very fast and capable driver. He just hasn't been on for a while. So, and obviously these cars are a little bit different to what we used to drive. So he's just got to find his way. But I think, you know, if Dave can do him a decent paint job, he might actually be a little quicker too.
I noticed Dave Dodell. He's been setting some wicked times in practice. So yeah, so he's another one that I'm keeping an eye on too, because I think he's got some natural talent.
He was very quick in practice.
Well, they all seem to be loving the coaching by Stuart. You know, I know from Luke's perspective that he wouldn't have never got anywhere where he is now without the coaching of Michael.
Yeah, I need to go back to his coaching.
Yeah, but you can't anymore. Bad luck.
Who says?
You just
Well,
watch the videos afterwards. Oh, that was a little confusing. They said we're going next lap, and next thing they called the safety car away, and I was like, oh, okay, it's this lap.
You got control of the field.
No, it's the second time I've had to do it. You try holding the car at 80 when you're rolling down that hill.
Yeah, you lift your foot off the accelerator.
Oh, is that how you do it?
That's right. Yeah.
I was using the brakes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, wait till the cars are right behind you, tap the brakes, then go.
that's how you can bend the front spoiler on the car behind you if you want to do that these days. There's so much so much penalty for bending the car.
I see the boss is up 6 spots. Well done, Andrew. Getting
Yeah,
the
it wasn't
photos
bad
done.
considering I was Oh yeah, got tied up and tangled up in something early on, but I missed all that, unfortunately.
Shervy's in here talking up Reg. Reg is now up 4 spots, not 3. So.
Did anyone actually go in the pit at the back there to fill up?
Yeah. Craig Healy. I suggest everyone from Craig Healy back has pitted. Did you pit, Andrew?
Oh, yep, yeah, there's some
No, I
spots
didn't.
there, yep.
There you go. So to be Healy back, I know Healy did.
Healy back, and Wayne Shepherd's done too. Andrew Gully's done too.
So if they can fuel save like Hoffy, well then maybe they've got a chance. You know.
What was funny was during the safety car period, I'll turn the fuel mapping down to 1, and then this race I'd forgotten to turn it back up. So for quite a while I was on fuel map 1.
Everyone wants.
So coming onto that back straight, I was actually pushing the throttle map up to 8, and then just
Jeez.
Ooh,
Another engine?
Another mate.
And Andrew Gully, blew an engine.
oh wow, weak engine.
Is he going to roll it from here?
Or
I'm
If I
assuming. he
remember
didn't.
rightly, he
I-
rolled it and blocked
Yeah.
pit entry.
I just remember coming around the corner and there being smoke everywhere going, oh, somebody spun or something. So he's just made it over the hill.
Wow, you're hoping you'd make it, but you'd be horrified if you actually blocked the whole pit lane.
Like that.
oh,
like
like that.
He's got his foot on the brake. I reckon he done that deliberately.
Oh, they're going to be onto that, getting him out of the way as quick as possible.
Well, he's in a safe spot, so you can just sit there and leave him till he goes a lap down. Just means pits are closed.
You'd think with that crowd watching, he'd jump over the fence and push him in, wouldn't you?
You would think, oh,
Oh,
gee. Somebody went for the...
would that be an unsafe empty?
No, it's because you've got that whole bit down the bottom of that, so you'd be all right. It's just would have been a lot of fun as you come around the corner and saw a car sitting there. So these are all the people who went, okay, I can get home from here. Let's fill up and see where we can go.
Okay, yep.
Yep. But they didn't call it
On the
they
tyres,
didn't call a safety car, did they?
No. Because they've already let him go because somebody stopped on the back straight there. Oh no, it's just the pits.
Yeah, during practice, I found you could actually straight line going in the pits, going across the grass, and save yourself about 3 seconds.
But I always fear that.
I did that in the Gen 2, slammed the wall sideways. You got Don Grundy all over you.
Yeah, he's just looking at his last name.
I think we're getting too much yellow in the cars now. Do you reckon, Hoff?
Yeah, we were talking about that during the week, actually. There's so much yellow
Yeah.
getting around.
Well, the
Want to
M1
be
cars are
seen
very
and not
similar.
hit.
Yeah, M1 cars are very similar to yours. I didn't realise how similar they were until
Oh,
sit beside each other.
Whoa!
Jeez.
teammate.
Yeah.
I think that happened in Split 1 too, didn't it? Teammates from M1.
Yeah, that was a car stalled on the start line.
Yeah, this sort of goes to show just how close competition is. That there's so many guys in, split 3, which would be, expected to be in split 2. There's not much in it these days.
No, it's very even. It's I mean, you stuff up your qual time, and you don't get much recourse now. You're at the back.
Look at the race at the moment. It's mainly orange and yellow times, like under a second between every car.
Yeah, it's not long after a safety car, though, boy. Come on, make up yourself.
It's 5 laps since the safety car. 6 laps.
Yeah, but not
It's 2, 3.
Not everyone's carrying sandbags in the back of their car, or like you.
Now,
No, I can't be sandbagging. Look at me, I'm in front.
Did I see correctly that Paddo's now WK and P?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, yes. I saw
That's
that.
because I saw that I thought he was Nova.
Yeah, he was.
You did see right that was the WKMP on his car last.
Wow,
Maybe
that was.
He does it like the son of Newcastle. He's from Cole of Albury Wodonga.
I don't know, but yeah, that was under the radar, and I've just gone. That's a WKMP car.
Well, Paddo's in the chat, so he should be confirming this.
That's what reminded me. Unless he's a double agent.
It explains the pace and the drop off was this today have drive. Hence why hitting the race to
Well, they could have said that Blake Warboys was actually driving for him.
Well, we all know that's how Dave got up where he did. This is lots of time, isn't it?
I remember seeing on the grid, through practice, as in qualifying that from 1st to 28th, it was the second.
Ooh, off in the grass.
So the times were really, really tight.
Look, I can go through all that list, and there's guys that have raced split 2, there's guys that have won split 3. Yeah, so yeah, it is so competitive. I'm looking at split 1 now, and I'm going, shit. There's so many faster guys now than just 1 or 2. There's now, there's 10 or 11 or 12 now that are really fast.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Hayes, spit.
Nice reactions there from Paul Preston.
Something happened to Paul.
There you go, Sherbo. Is that better? The whole reason I have my mic away from my mouth is it goes off when people breathe.
Will Munro up 17. Jason Dunn up 17. Michael
Cool.
Power up 19. Mark Peck up 17. So there's some big movers in the middle of the pack.
That's 2 words you don't use together. Mark Peck and big.
Well, I suppose. I've never met him.
Well, you've seen Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. He played the
I have seen a photo of him doing a pose in the gym with his dog. So yeah, but yeah, that was on Pornhub as well.
Not only Peckies.
Yeah, that's it. If you type in Peck, and it's amazing what you get.
Joseph's been a bit not quite as quick. He was really quick a couple of seasons ago, and he just, I don't know, maybe he hasn't gelled with the new car as much. Sort of felt like he was right up the front before, and he's sort of fallen back a little. Maybe he hasn't had much time on the sim lately.
there anyone else that drives with him in other splits, like in the team?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've
Because I
noticed
feel-
I drive. Oh no.
he's at the
Right.
marbles now. He's at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on those marbles.
I just feel
look-
like he was really close to the front there a couple of seasons ago, and now he's just not quite there. I mean, look, it doesn't take much. We all have a track that we turn up to, and it's we're not quite gelling with it, and we're half a second down or whatever.
Yeah, it's Joseph. He had the occasional top 10, I suppose, last season. He was in that mix, but it's only been this one race, and last week I think he had a lot of incidences where he was off track and spun and all that sort of stuff. So it wasn't his great start. But it'll be starting to get time now where they'll be coming into pit.
Well, because we had that couple of safety car laps, I know I was on the clutch for every one of those laps, saving every possible drop I could.
Oh, it's the big fuel saver.
Yeah, well, that comes a little later on.
Your mate's in Zippy.
My mate.
There we go. Confirmation from Sean.
Yep.
Van. Yep. Confirmation. Paddo 2. WKMP.
Yeah, Sean's probably down at Traralgon Way, having a couple of vodkas or gin and tonics or something or other in his pool, watching it on the 98-inch screen. I watched Split 1 the other night and got to see Sean in basically nothing but besides a pair of footy shorts, I reckon.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Are you sure he was wearing anything?
I don't know, but yeah, that's part of the that's one of the calendar shots for the new calendar that we're creating.
Fan of vets.
Oh my god.
We definitely need Andrew Ritchie back then if that's going to be the case.
I thought Shiro might have been on the front cover.
Well, he tells me he's Mr. December all the time, so because he only comes once a year.
Well,
No, Father Christmas.
Yeah.
a few of the guys coming into pit now. We've got David Dudley in there, Ross Watson, Ed Cullen, Jason Dunn, and Mark Peck.
And me.
You playing any music as you were driving here, Roy, or are you just firmly in race mode?
I was just hit my marks. I made a mistake probably on lap 3 when I had about a 3-second lead. I sort of went off down here at the bottom of the last chicane there, so I was really trying to make sure that I didn't try to outbrake myself, get the run right through here, and then just try and get the drive out of the corners, and that was all I really cared about. I didn't feel like I was under any pressure, even though Dom was there. It was like, you're close, but you're not close enough sort of thing. I ended up dropping my throttle map down to 5. I'm normally a 7 in the race, and I was a bit like Pecky. I wound the brakes back a bit as well. And as you can see, we were all running out of juice at that particular point in time.
Yeah, everybody's flooding in.
Oh,
So I'd expect now that we'll see all the guys who pitted under the safety car to go to the front of the field.
yeah.
So we've got a couple of guys who saved really well. We've got Steve Vella and Ron Allen and Brad. Brad does quite well with his fuel save.
It's good to see Steve Valla up there. I've raced against him a couple of times in the New Zealand League. The guy can drive.
Yeah, he's in the same team as Rehan and who's the other one? Anyway,
In Mulford.
yeah, Tim Mulford is it.
Yeah, done a lot of official races against Steve. He does the SRW as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he does. And he normally has a crack at Scops as well, so.
I got a message from Andrew, listener, asking to watch the next couple of laps from Reg James's in-car, and I thought, well, that's a bit cheeky, I don't really want to be told what to do. But then I went and had a look at it, and it was well worth it. So, here we go.
New paint scheme for this season for Reg.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice.
Yeah, looks really good.
Peter's in front.
Are we sure?
Exactly where I should be.
Up 29 mark, doing well.
That pitch
You
up.
got another splash and dash to go, but haven't you?
Yeah, it was only about 16 metres or so. It was really-
You took tyres as well then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to risk that.
How did you guys know that was Peter in front?
It's a psychic thing, mate. I don't know. I don't know why, but just had a feeling it was Pete.
Yeah, some really good close side-by-side racing coming up here.
At all.
Is he going to get through the middle?
Yeah.
Who's going to blink first?
It's always the way too, being red. You just got to try and work out who you're going to follow. Which is the right car to follow.
Yeah, nice battle going on here, too wide.
Isn't it? Nice and respectful.
Yeah, if you take a look at the battle box, there's a cheeky Kiwi right behind Reg as well.
Oh, too wide down here, doesn't it man well.
Oh. Didn't quite as much room. A bit hard to tell from not being outside. Oh, look
Oh, look
this.
at that.
Ross.
Down the inside.
Ross Watson got 2 for 1.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? It's just said, hold my jandle, I'm on my way through.
That's a beautiful move.
Yeah.
Doesn't normally end well coming too wide down there.
Anyway, yeah, I thought it was a nice bit of driving
Yeah.
ball, and
Yeah, it was.
No one ended. I was waiting for a crash.
You were hoping someone was going to die.
Well, that's
He needed to raise his stats.
oh, right. Yes, for Road Atlanta.
Well, I can't believe you didn't talk about the Whitten brothers and the drugs planes landing on the back straight.
I didn't see that in my Wikipedia.
Really?
I did get the S's down the bottom of turn 3 and 4. They said it used to flood there all the time as soon as it rained, so they had to do a lot of work to it. And they said they sometimes cancelled tracks, cancelled races, because the water was too big on the bottom.
It was the Whittington brothers who had a airline and a in the end a drug business, and they owned this track for a little while. The rumour was they used to land their planes on the back straight, unload their cargo, and then continue on to where they were supposed to be landing.
See, you guys in here, at least Roy's done some research. None of you blokes.
Well, I know the pressure of being on a broadcast with Zippy, so I have to bring something to the table.
Oh, you did well. You've really shone.
What you didn't mention though, Zippy, that it's also the track they use for Petit Le Mans.
Yes, they use it for a lot of other different races, but I didn't want to go too long in the start.
I'd say that I've actually done the Petit Le Mans here in iRacing. It's either fallen at a place where I haven't had time to do one, but I wouldn't mind trying it.
Nice 10 hours,
And I must
damage the car in the first hour.
It's a short track, but it's been a long time in iRacing since I've done the shorter version.
Yeah, I remember it used to come up in officials a little bit with the GTC. Yeah, Grand Touring Cup series. And it was a bugger for the old Mustang through that short track.
Yes, the old Mustang 500s.
Yeah.
You jump in them now, and it feels so slow.
Actually, they reckon it's quite a good car to drive.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to get the dark horse. That should be good. It was about this point that I realised that I was about half a lap short in fuel. My spotter goes, "You need to save 0.04 litres per lap."
We're already up lap 22 out of 37. Geez, the guys in the front, they're going to have to stop soon.
I don't usually pay attention who's behind me, guys.
Oh, I do. I suss out who's behind me and go, oh, do I let him past or not?
Well, there's not a lot of drivers that scare me like Roy. Yeah, I'll know that he's there because you never know when he's going to throw it down the inside on you when you least expect it.
Well, lucky we're not racing that together that much these days, so it's okay.
Well, wait for the end of the season, mate. Wait for the end of the season. Next season, I plan on having new pedals. Well, I'm finding that the V3s aren't cutting it anymore. They don't have the adjustments in them. They don't have the software to adjust to make adjustments. It's just they're the old hat now. So,
oh, great pedals. Geez, from the upgrade from when I was on, you know,
good upgrade.
From my Logitech G27 pedals.
Yeah, I thought the Thrustmaster TCLM pedals were great, but yeah, since I've gone hydraulic, never go back to low cell.
Even Phil Manuel, he's been setting some nice times in practice too. So, and he's been doing the coaching lessons as well. So yes, you can see the improvements in them already.
Well, by the end of the season, I'm going to go for the Moser C2PR, and then by the end of the year, I'll have the
Yeah, that's
go
my next goal.
The Moser one?
Yep.
Yeah. The semi-cube one is just so ridiculously priced. I could at least talk myself into the Moser one.
Only Sean Vandermill can afford them.
Whoa! That one's gone.
Jeez.
Robert Crow.
I don't like
Right.
that strap. I want to make a new.
I didn't realise the Infinity guys had gone yellow as well. There you go.
Yeah, some of
I
them,
think-
some are black.
Yeah, I know the black. Because I saw Race was black last night, but that he could be slack and just not changed his paint scheme yet.
No, he's yellow. They got the choice. So I think Ray and Sam. You got Sanderson, haven't you, Potty?
Yeah, mate. Yep.
And he's doing really well too.
Yeah, he's always been quick. I raced against him right back in 2010, 11 in the Euro V8s. And yeah, he was super speedy back then.
He seems to be finding his feet in split one now. He's really starting to move up the board a bit.
Like Nathan in M1, just behind Reggie, he super quick on Wednesday night when I was with the M1 guys doing a couple of practice laps and that.
Yeah, what you were saying about coaching with Michael Stewart is really, really good at breaking things down and then, explaining it in a way you can understand. I encourage anyone to go in and, suss it out.
And even if you're not there for when it's live, they normally have the video up that you can all go and have a look at afterwards.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
There's the other Infinity, Wayne Shepherd, in the
Yep.
black one.
Yeah, Michael Stewart's
Oh,
coaching
what's that?
helped me a lot.
What's happened here?
Oh,
Mate,
Oh.
ain't it?
I think it
no,
was
I think it's just touch the grass in the braking area.
Yeah.
I mean, that was almost 3 wide coming into the corner, so
Yep. He's come straight into the pits, so something's gone.
or has he run out of fuel?
Oh, no, he's hitting the wall and coming in, so I think he's got software issues.
So yes, this is me saving fuel here at the moment to not go too fast. And Brett sort of was sitting that 8/10 behind me, so I was hoping he was in the same boat as me, just saving a little bit to look after the car to get it to the end.
Ken for on Wayne Shepherd, he did have a VR issue.
Ah,
Okay. Yeah, he seems to have a few issues with that VR, and I think most of the guys that have issues are leaning towards that the VR side a lot more than normal with the triples.
just couldn't do VR. I have enough trouble with heat control without having that thing sitting on my face and sweating like a pig.
I don't go as extreme conditions like Sean Vandermeulen. I have the window open, I have me trackies rolled up above me knees, t-shirt, fan going in the middle of winter, and I still come out sweating like anything.
Yeah, very much the same here.
Yeah, I got my little fan pointing towards me balls to keep them cool.
Thanks for that hot tip there, Luke.
So is Damon. Is that how Damon got it, or did you get it from Damon's photo?
No.
If I get one of those little ones, hook it up to my sim rig and just aim it back at me, that'll help with it. I'll have to keep that in mind.
I'd need an industrial fan to cool that area.
Whatever.
So you're going to give us a track guide there, right?
What do we want to know? I'm just putting around at the moment, just saving a little bit of fuel, going, there's 10 laps to go, let's just keep it together and hope that Brett doesn't all of a sudden find he's got enough fuel to come after me.
That's not a track guide. That's an explanation.
So
all right.
in officials, Roy, do you use this setup, or do you use VHS, whatever they call it, VRS one?
No, I use something slightly different. I use
That car's disappeared.
I use a James Chastanoff special setup in strength of field. or whatever we've worked out in the team. And then I don't go. Oh, bad luck.
Backwards.
It's a terrible spot to lose it to. And I don't go near the vet setup. Yeah, I don't go near the vet setup until either the Wednesday or the Thursday.
Okay. Because I've never heard of that one before.
It's it's a hot and spicy setup, mate.
I was going to say because you're a lot faster in officials, I find, with your times than you are in vets.
Yeah. The setup's more to my liking. Like, I mean, we've gone through this 100 times. Like, the setup for here is for everyone, not for one individual, as opposed to, the setup you run in strength of field. You can have little changes that suit yourself, which are the sway bars, little things like that. You can have a little bit more camber in the wheels, or a little bit more toe in on the back, or toe out, depending on what you feel like you need. Or the droop, which is really important, obviously, for the next round that's coming up. The least amount of droop will help that car turn at that hairpin, as opposed to a lot of droop, on some of the wider corners.
If I ever do officials, I use the vet setup, but I do change the spring rates depending on the temperature. So the hotter the temperature, I slacken off the springs a little bit. The cooler the temperature, I harden them up, and that's all I do.
And look, how often is the temperature cooler than the vets? Not very often.
No, not very often. So,
and that's why I don't use the vets one in strength of field most of the time.
No, I'm like coffee. I like to use the vets just to get used to it in a race situation. So I'll still use it.
Yeah, when I done officials, I used to buy my setups from Major Garrett off Dylan Rudd. He done a nice setup. You still getting the numbers in officials these days?
Yeah, most Monday nights, especially now with vets running the after the Monday night race. I find that it's double. You get 2 splits easily on a Monday night.
Three
Three,
splits.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been in. I've done the last 2 rounds, and I've been in split 3.
Yeah. And I think, for a lot of the guys, especially the guys in vet, it's a great opportunity to get some race practice, because that's where, and it doesn't matter what split. I mean, okay, maybe not split 1, but any of the other splits, it helps you drive around other people. It's a great opportunity, and especially like this week's going to be. A lot of people are not going to have driven Long Beach before, and these cars are so much different than the old cars around Long Beach. They're wider, they don't have the grip, so you can't go through the corners at the speed you were doing them before. It's a big difference.
Oh, just on Rob's question on YouTube about the throttle map. My understanding is the lower the number, it's kind of like lag. The response is...
Mr. Craig.
Shadow Racing driver, what do you expect? Like, really? It's the sort of stuff we expect from him.
He was shadowing me.
Drifting.
Yeah,
Keep going, Hopco.
Yeah, so with the throttle map, the higher the number, the more punchy it is. So places like that are like really bumpy on acceleration, I tend to turn it back because I'm pretty heavy on the foot coming out of corners. So yeah, I actually put it back. But the smoother the track, the higher I have it.
Yeah, and 6 is default, and that's linear. So yeah.
But also from what Joel in practice with us was saying, Joel Osterwald, Some races he will put it on 1 or 2.
Whoa.
He's off.
Oh, no. Who's
So
gonna
that you,
pay?
Michael.
he'll put it on 1 or 2 so he saves fuel as well. So there's other uses for it as well.
Yeah, I
Like,
still think you'd save more fuel just by either lifting or using the clutch will definitely save you more fuel.
That front tyre's buggered.
Yep.
No one who's going to pay for that. I'm not.
Oh, Ross is having a great race up into
Isn't he
7th.
up to 7th? Yeah.
Yeah, Ross is kind of like one of those dark horses, isn't he? He flies under the radar.
Yeah,
we
but-
we used to be very competitive in the New Zealand league, so I'm not surprised that he's come up to split 3.
But he seems like he's having a lot of fun too. He's always laughing, carrying on.
Everyone's having fun until they're not.
Yeah, but I've seen him crash and he still has a laugh.
You know, the boys at Misfit are pretty good. Done a lot of races with those guys, so they do a lot of strength of field stuff.
Peter was another one that came up, wasn't he? From before.
Yep.
That's the nice part.
Oh, mate.
Oh, okay, so this is what the safety car calls.
Yeah, this is the safety car that you have when you're not having a safety car.
Safety car. And somebody goes, I don't want anybody close to me. Can we not have it, please?
I needed that safety car.
I had just saved enough fuel at this point. It was where I went, okay, I've got enough fuel to get home. I've actually got half a lap more than I need now. And I can put my foot down and go. And then they called the safety car and I kept my foot flat. And I went, it's less than 5 laps.
Yeah, I didn't actually realise that 5-lap thing was a rule. I just thought it was, you know, like something they're trying to do.
It's
But,
not, but
It's
it's
not. It's because
why did
somebody, you know,
In split 2 last week, they called it with only we had only 3 hot laps to go, and it was called.
Definitely
4-5.
created some confusion because there was guys in front of us that obviously hadn't heard the call that the safety car had been cancelled.
and there were some guys that were, you know, lifting and preparing for a safety car. So
yeah. But you know what? And it doesn't matter where I am in the field, I do not back off until we get to the safety car because you don't want people who are in front of you to pit and get back out just because you backed off either.
people do that, and if you're caught behind them,
Yeah, I know, I get it.
Yep,
I mean, and
yeah.
obviously people are pitting here because they're out of like Andrew listeners just.
The ones that pitted twice, or first time very early.
Yeah, but it was very easy after that safety car to get your numbers wrong. As I said, I'd saved about 5 litres roughly, but I probably needed to put an extra litre in at the stop just to make sure I had enough fuel to get home.
Will Munro up
iRacing
15. Ed Cullen up 12. We've got Mark, you're up 18. Well, Craig Healy up 15. Fletcher Christensen up 12. Peter Latham up 7. So yeah, some big movers there. Joseph Granshaw still up 15.
Reagan and Christian as well.
Even Wayne
All
Shepherd.
ones.
Yeah, Wayne Shepherd somewhere. Come back from the start, incident start.
So
Yeah,
Michael
it's big.
Schroed was well. He was back in 43rd, and he's back up to 12th now. So he's had 3 stops, so that's pretty good.
Another one that doesn't get mentioned very often is Ron Allen. He's been setting some nice times too, and he's been getting some good results.
His only problem is obviously he listens to Pecky, and that's obviously going to be his downfall, unfortunately, as an M1
I
driver.
thought you were. I thought you were as well. I thought you that Pecky made a deal with the devil.
Well, Pecky has guns, so I have to be nice to him for my stuff.
He does. He does. Short man with guns is no.
Yeah, I know. It's not a great option. I've seen the videos of what he does. It's very scary.
Yes, I have too.
He's Tackleberry, but in pint size. Geez, I was talking you up and being nice, Michael, and now you're being nasty to me.
He's nasty to everyone. Don't take offence to it.
You know what, bud?
no.
He's probably the closest person to me too. He's only just down the road.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
Fulton.
Jeez. Is that assisted?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a little tap. All it needs is a little tap, though.
Yes, Shervo, I am.
Did you have the fastest lap at this point?
I think I did. I didn't actually. By the time I actually got out, the system had gone down, so I wasn't sure whether I ended up with the fastest lap or not. Because I was a bit. I thought there's a couple of people I thought could take the fastest lap because Dave Duddell I thought could be a good chance for the fastest lap of the race.
Did you run a 0x race?
No, I had two 1Xs down here where I just ran a little wide.
Suppose we get out there to YouTube land. Give us some nominations for driver of the day. It's going to be a hard one to pick today.
You know what?
About-
You could almost pick
about
someone
now-
in this room with if he stays where he does anyway.
No, we don't pick winners. Sorry.
I don't pick winners.
I wasn't talking about winners. I was talking about Mark Dial. There was no way I was talking about a winner.
It was about this time that I was actually
yes.
going, look on that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
top,
Oh yeah,
top,
we decided we couldn't watch it though.
top comeback.
It is.
From
It is.
being last on the first lap.
It is Roy though, Andrew.
Yeah,
We could go back because
we'll make it work. We'll make it happen.
Yeah,
we're
I
on
was
the last
pretty
lap.
Pretty happy about now. Thinking, yeah, it's just been a good comeback. So,
like Kim Kardashian.
and holding off Brad, it's never an easy thing to do.
Oh,
Damaged car in front of you too, so that should be an easy pickings.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Well, someone with your skill and ability, I would think so.
where you going, Mark?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, look at that. I didn't even hit the wall. No, I actually had a screen freeze.
Ah,
That's what he says.
That's what he says.
It
So,
was a
Roy
screen
Clark
freeze.
is
The last
home
thing
in
that I've
first.
seen. Yep, well done, Roy.
I think the gaffer tape came off the chipmunk.
Brett Horsell in second. D Bella in third. Dom Grundy in fourth.
yeah, Craig Healy as well as an option. 15 spots, I think he's up. I mean, I'd almost suggest Will, but after Hamish talking bloody Dave Baldock up so much last night in the chat, I just don't think we can vote Will for anything anymore.
Well, I was thinking of naming Dave Baldock for DOD in Split 3.
You know what?
Fletcher.
Peter Birmingham.
We'd already
in
given him
fifth.
one before.
You know what? I'm going to go
Reg
for
James in sixth.
I'm going to go for Dom Grundy. He started
They said
where he
favourite.
finished. So that's a good effort.
Near the league,
Nathan
he's done very well.
Favourite, seventh. Eighth was Daryl Callahan. Ninth was Peter Latham. And 10th was Michael Schroeder.
White race from the Apostle.
And that's
Right,
how
what
close.
have we decided about this driver of the day,
Roy
guys?
Allen, Russell Wilson. Look, I'm going to go out of the limb here and put down Brett Horsell. I think he's up 4 spots from the front. I think he's had a great race, and I don't think he's normally in the top 3. I don't know how many top 3s he's had, but I think he's showing heaps of improvement. I'm going to go him.
I want him to show improvement.
You do. You're going to start. You'll win another race for the season. You'll start sandbag and say you don't go to split 2.
I'm going to go Fletcher. He's done well this race.
He done great. Yep.
What about Ron Allen?
Yeah. I think Fletcher Christian did a good job too.
Yeah. That's 13 spots.
And he had 2 stops as well.
Right.
So
We'll go that.
And you don't
Fletcher
normally see
Christian,
him
driver of the day.
Done.
done.
Well done, Roy. Anyway.
We almost
almost
had a near then, didn't we?
well done, podium.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done.
Okay, Roy, you have 2 seconds to name some sponsors.
Oh God!
Right,
Now
Well done. Great. Congratulations.
And don't show him his car either. So
so I can't see it. That's all right. I've got another screen with that on it, so it's all good. So I know it's Grundy's Race, James Chastanoff's YouTube channel. I should also promote the organic one of Big Rich. If you want to see some quality direction, that is the stream to go watch, people. Especially for a strength of field race. Locked On Lads, all part of it. Also the Phase 4 guys, as well as my team Bar. And obviously the league themselves. Thank you to AJ putting on the broadcast. RaceKraft and everybody involved in the league.
Well done, Roy.
Well done, Roy.
And that's it. I think I'm out of fuel there.
Will we see you in the
Lovely.
broadcast next week?
Probably. That's my plan. I'm batching it. I'm batching it this week, so yeah, I don't have to worry about being dragged out anyway.
And special mention to Brett Horsell and Steve Vella for coming 2nd and 3rd. Great races.
Yeah, well done, everybody.
we've
Right.
got to. I'm going to give us a shout out, which I forgot to do last week, to the race control guys for showing their professionalism in the incident that we had last week when I got DQ'd. So for them to come down and explain what happened straight after the race. Even this week, Travis come down to see how things went and to see whether the head was still in the right spot. It's very professional of him to do. He's great as a race control guy, and I'd just like to thank them for just doing their job and going above and beyond.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
on to Long Beach next week.
I'm liking Ron Allen more and more. Actually, I just saw his comment in the chat. No one listens to Pecky.
Oh, I do.
We just see it's when you've got computer problems and you listen to Pecky, then you're in trouble.
No, not with
Yeah, you
computer
don't-
problem.
You don't take steering wheel advice off him, because I never did ever get that wheel back into where it was meant to be. the old V2.5. Thanks, Becky.
He's a Darwin boy, isn't he?
Yep.
Long way, isn't it?
Yeah, all that sunstroke.
Stories. Yeah.
At least,
Beach road.
yeah, as you said, he's
Sunstroke.
closer to the ground, so he's got less sunlight will hit him.
Yeah, but he gets more of the reflection off the ground, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So what's
off
next
to Long
week?
Beach.
Long Beach. That's
Long Beach next week.
Yep.
Yeah. tight little track. of
62
walls.
laps around there, you're going to feel it, because I did the strength of field today at 30 laps. And
Wow.
that was long enough.
Yeah.
So 62 laps, everyone's going to feel it. So I would suggest that anyone getting ready for that one probably wants to do a lot of practice, or at least get in and do the strength of field on Monday, just to get your skills up around that course, because you're going to need to learn to drive it with other cars around you and be nice to each other in the hairpin, because I don't see that there's a lot of room to go too wide in there now.
What's the verdict on the incidences? Are we still high for the season, or is it coming down? Have you noticed any change?
Pretty good this week.
Yeah,
I
I
think they had the shortest sheet out of everyone.
Yeah, the split 3 penalty sheet was only about 4 lines or something. It was very, very small.
Oh, it seems to be that maybe the stern words. I know from myself too that I'm sitting on 14 points, so any little mistake, could mean a pit lane start or a rear from the grid or whatever, or even a race ban. So I'm taking it a bit easy for another 1 or 2 weeks to get those points down.
Yeah, I'm on 12, and I've never had to think about it before. So, yeah, I wouldn't say I'm driving any differently, but I'm hoping I can stay out of trouble for another few rounds.
Yeah, I think with these more open, like flowing tracks, you're going to see less incidents. It's when you get the like Long Beach, drivers are just going to have to think a bit smarter. Think of the long game.
And you're going to have a problem at Portland as well, because Portland. How many people know Portland?
Well, that's right.
Well, we haven't done it, and then there's the bend as well. You got 3 tracks that are new to the servers this year. That's this season, so that's going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons, because there's going to be drivers that come out and go, "Oh, I can do this track. I've never been here, but I can do this. This is a good track."
Yeah,
but who would have?
Get those...
Yeah, but who would have thought even on this track that the first chicane wasn't going to cause carnage tonight? This track is synonymous for that chicane to have 4 or 5 cars going all in different directions.
There was more engine blow-ups at the other chicane, the last one.
Yeah, there was a little bit at the start. I think there was about 5 cars at the very start, because it's the first time I've ever seen 3 people get a drive-through for one incident in my life. So
yeah, never seen that before.
Yeah, I know. That was quite interesting when they went, you, and you. You're all getting a drive-through. And I went, wow, 3 people in one incident all getting the drive-through. That is just unheard of. So it just goes to show there was some, maybe not quite as much thinking as we could have done in those spots. But, it's a bit hard when you're in the situation. Sometimes you can't see everything going on.
Yeah, but from what I've seen in split 1, split 3 and 4 from the replays, I mean, I've never seen as little carnage in that first chicane in the first lap ever.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I mean, and at this track, you're normally getting it, or even out on that uphill bit where we saw a few people spin, but nothing like we used to see with the old carb. I think the less downforce has meant that you don't get that grip out of the corner and the flick into the wall as well. So that was another thing I think that made a difference.
Oh, well, I suppose we just mosey on over to Long Beach now and see how that goes.
Yeah, has anybody done any laps? I've done a few around there. Quite enjoying it.
No, I haven't done any yet.
Not yet.
I'll start in the morning.
Yeah, I did strength of fit. I did the America's race this morning in it. Remember the pit exit, guys. You've really got to work on that, because I cost myself a drive-through because I turned too early.
Yeah, you got to stay behind the blue merge line.
Yep, I was chasing.
It's always been a trap at that track.
Yep.
And the other thing I'd recommend is, if you haven't already got one, put a button on your wheel to say you're going in for a pit entry, because you're basically diving in through the concrete wall there. People don't see you. It's not hard to get a car come up the right-hand side of you, and then all of a sudden you can't turn into the pits. So, just keep it all in mind. yeah, it gets a bit awkward if you haven't got a lap of fuel left and you miss the pit entry. Right, I'm gonna wrap it up at that. I've had a shock. I'm sorry about missing that grid earlier on, guys, but
It
yeah,
was Luke's and Mark's biggest opportunity to get
Yeah,
in
I
some
know.
great air time, and you let them down, Andrew. Well done.
yeah, we've got a couple of buttons there we're gonna have to sort out for next week, but never mind. Anyway, yeah, thanks everyone for coming and joining in. Thanks to you guys for joining in on the broadcast here, and
No worries, mate.
I think we'll call it quits at that.
Yep, and jump
Right.
over in half hour for split 2.
Yeah, we're
Yep.
finished early, which I'm quite pleased about. I got a stinking headache, so yeah.
So now you can have a drink or two and you'll feel better.
I think I'm just about ready to pass out, actually. All right, cheers, everybody.